Good morning YouTube and welcome to another video. So I'm just going to take you through some of my day today where I'm going to be obviously eating. I've got 2,000 calories I've got to eat today, and then I'm going to hit a gym workout. I've just got to do an upper body workout, but I'm going to show you how I approach my training days, because as you know, on my non-training days I do the intermittent fasting, which makes it a lot easier to do, but I usually get my sessions out first thing in the morning, okay, because I just find it easier after I do the school runs. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing, just going to quickly neck this coffee down because it is seriously about 7 o'clock in the morning and I've already got to do one school run. I've got 3 school runs that I've got to hit just this morning, okay, and then I can get to the gym. So I usually get to a gym around 10ish, okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm doing this. Okay, so what I tend to do is drink my coffee, drink loads of water, and I try and go as long as I can, and then I will go and have my first meal whilst I'm doing the school runs. I'll show you in a minute what I'm having. Let's just get this one up to the school now. Here we go, going to get ready for the first school run, letting this one just take his scooter. It's the only way I'm going to get this one to school, because he goes to breakfast club, and then I have to come back, grab my daughter, get her down to the local bus station, make sure she gets on a bus so she goes to school, and then I've got to take, where are you? Right, Ryan, and then I've got to take this one here over to college so that he can get into college. Okay, so what I do is I just hold off my meal a little bit because I can't get to the gym till about 9 anyway, 10 o'clock-ish sometimes. So what I try and do is just, I walk around. I've got my meal in my pocket. I'm going to show you what I'm going to have in a minute. It's really quick and it's really simple, and they're really, really cheap to buy as well. Okay, so we got one child down at school. We're just going to take this one here now to school. Look, there she goes. There's the back of her. There she goes. Right, I was just going to take this one to school, get her onto the bus, and then I'm going to grab my first meal, because then I've got like an hour and 20 minutes before I have to even get this one into college, because he doesn't start for ages, because he's in the disability units. He doesn't start till about 10 o'clock, so that's why I don't get into the gym till about 10 o'clock. So I'm just going to get this one on the bus, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to have. So very quickly, this one has a YouTube channel. I'm going to link her description in the comment section for you underneath. Okay, so we're just at the bus stop now, so I'm just waiting for my daughter's bus to turn up. Okay, so what I've got for my first meal before I hit the gym, obviously I've got to wait to get in because of Ryan. I've got my protein pot here, which has got 25 grams of protein in it. And then I've got actually 2 small apples as well, so I've got some carbohydrates ready for the gym workout. Okay, so that was breakfast done. They are super cheap to get as well. They're always on offer when you go to the shops. So that's what I'm doing, just looking for bargains whenever I go to the shops as well. So that, like I said, those yogurts, I pick them up for £3, and then I just get the cheap version of the apples at the same time. Okay, so we've just walked around a few shops and just gone and got his hair cut. Did you have a shave? Yeah, so because he's got disabilities and stuff, he can't use a proper razor, and my barber's pretty good, so he's actually giving him a little bit of a shave. Go on then, show everyone your little shave. There you go. Even put some aftershave on him, ready for college. Okay, so we're going to drop this one off in the disability units now. This is because you're learning life skills, aren't you? You're doing life skills? Yeah, so he's doing all his life skills at the moment. What? Go on then, do your face. Do your face. Yeah, done it. Right, yeah, so we're going to drop him off now because he's got to learn his life skills as well. So then I'll do this school run again later, but I'm going to head to the gym after this. Okay, so that's all the kids now at school. So now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk over to the gym because I've got an upper body session that I want to be doing today. So it's upper body, and then I've got to do an incline walk on the treadmill where I just put the incline right up, and I do usually about 30 minutes on that. So I'm just going to go to the gym, go and do that, then I'll walk home. I've got all those school runs to do again later, but I do it in reverse later on. So I get about 20,000 steps in by the time I finish the school runs by the afternoon. Okay, so here we go. This is where I'm going to be training today, inside Kings. Okay, so I'm about to go and hit my gym workout. Still got a hell of a long way to go, but obviously I'm still hitting the muscle groups at least twice a week at the same time, and then obviously I'm doing the treadmills as well, so I'm bringing the inclines right up. I'm doing 30 minutes on that, increase my step ranges as well at the same time. So I'm just going to go in, do this upper body workout, and then we head home and I'll show you what I'm going to have for my lunch. Okay, upper body session is completed. I then just jumped onto the treadmill and put the incline right up, and I just did 30 minutes on that just to keep the heart rate up as well and keep myself burning that body fat at the same time. And then obviously I'm just going to increase my steps now through the day, so I'll just keep myself moving around as much as possible. Anybody that knows me, I'm really active anyway, so I'm meant to be running a boot camp tonight. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the weather though at the moment. I haven't actually put it up yet for the booking system, but I'm hoping to run one tonight because then I can just jump in and do a little bit more cardio with them. Okay, right, I just got home. Let me give you a little bit of a tip, okay, when you're in a deficit. Obviously, you need to be drinking a lot of water, okay? So I aim for about 3 to maybe 4 litres of water a day. That is my goal. I always make sure I hit that every single day. And then what I do to blunt my hunger is I have coffee, okay? So what I've got here is, this one's a decaf, and I do have a stronger coffee as well, so which is caffeinated coffee. So what I do is I'll have the caffeinated coffee right up until about 10, maybe 11 o'clock, and then I will drink the decaf after that, obviously drinking loads of water on top of that. And there is another one that I have as well, which obviously blunts my hunger as well. Yes, you get a lot of stick for this. A lot of people don't agree with it, but do you know what? It's fine. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. I only do this when I'm deep in a deficit, okay? So while I'm eating the 2,000 calories, it's really difficult. So I need to make sure I'm keeping my hunger levels at bay at the same time. So I'm going to show you quickly what I have. Excuse my mess. It's a bit of a mess in here because we've been decorating at the minute. But I have these, okay? So I'll have the Pepsi Max. So these are cherry. So as you can see, these are always on offer at the minute in my local Asda, okay? So I get these free for £20. Okay, so what I do is I will stock up. But I'll only stock up these when they're on offer though. And this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm having to live at the minute. I'm showing people that it still can be done. You're going to have to just look for the offers. You're going to have to look for the cheapest option you can buy. I mean, Jesus. I mean, look, toilet roll. Check that out. I even buy the cheapest toilet roll now. It's ridiculous. That's how bad the living is at the minute. But I'm showing you, you still can do it. You still can stick to your calorie goals. You still can stick to everything. You stick to your nutrition and everything. It is really, really easy to do. You just got to literally go around, look for stuff, okay? I look for the high protein. It's like those yogurts when I had this morning, okay? That was 25 grams of protein. And then I had the apples as well. So I get myself 2 small apples as well. Let me quickly show you the bag, if I can find the bag. See, I'm even buying the cheapy little apples as well, okay? So I have 2 of them in the morning. They're not very big. Yes, I cut them up because I don't like eating them whole. I like to cut them up like a child because that's just the way I am. So I use that for my carbohydrates as well. So that way I had some protein in and I hit the carbohydrates. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to blunt my hunger off a little bit just by having a coffee. I'm just going to have a normal one, and then after that I'll probably have a couple of decafs because it's only 11:30 at the minute. So what I want to do is hold my next meal off until at least 1 o'clock. So I'm going to have myself a coffee, and then I'm going to drink some more water. Like I said, I'll try and get about 3 or 4 litres of water in a day. Right, ready? Here we go. Lunchtime, okay? So I've kept this super cheap, okay? Check this out. Okay, right, so we're going to use a whole pack of that, okay, because I've got to cook 2 meals, so I'm cooking one for me and one for my other half, okay, so obviously we're going to split that chicken between us. I've then got those cheap carrots, we've got the cheap old peas. I couldn't find the cheap potatoes, but we're going to use those ones, so they were a little bit more, because they'd actually run out of the yellow ones as well. So that's one side, so that's going to be hers, that's going to be mine, and I'm going to try and get that done in the air fryer because that's going to save me some money at the same time. And there you go. It only took me about 30 minutes to put this thing together, but there you go. I've got my chicken up there, got my veg in there, got loads of veg on there, and then I've got my new potatoes on there. I put them in the air fryer and you roast them up. They come out like little roast potatoes. And then this one here, that's for the other half for tonight, because I'll have mine now for my lunch, and then I'll get something else for my dinner. So she'll have that one for her dinner, but I'm having my big meal now because I am going to be running a session later on, so I'd rather have that big meal now. Okay, so what I like to do after every single meal is go for a walk, because it takes roughly about 15 to 20 minutes for your stomach to send a signal to your brain to actually recognise that you're actually full at the same time. What I normally do is set myself a 15 to 20 minute timer and just go for a little bit of a walk. You don't have to go far. If it's raining outside, I will just get my treadmill out and just bust 15-20 minutes out on the treadmill whilst watching TV as well. But that way it just keeps my step count going at the same time, so that way I'm still keeping myself actively moving at the same time. Hey, so off done the school runs, just picked up Ryan from school. Have you had a good day?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a good day today. Right, so he's now got, you've got 2 weeks off now, you know that, right? Ryan, you've got 2 weeks, yeah? Yeah, he's got 2 weeks off from school now, so he's actually quite lucky. So he's off now. Now we're just going to go and grab the little one, and then I've got to go back into town, go and grab my daughter off the bus. Okay, so back from the school runs, I'm going to just grab myself a grenade bar, but check this out. Okay, so as you can see, I've got boxes of grenade bars. Now, these things are always on offer at the moment. They're doing massive giveaways for these. So I'm picking up 2 boxes for £30 at the moment. So obviously I went and picked up a load. So we've got loads of these here. I've got peanut butter ones here. I've got cookie ones here. I've got lemon cheesecake here. I've got absolutely loads in here to keep me going for a while. Okay, so we're going to go into dinner time now. So as you saw that I had that really big meal for my lunch. And then obviously I had that protein bar as well. I will be putting up all the macros for you right at the very end of this whole video, okay? But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm going to have literally right. Okay, so what we've got is, we've got the chicken, okay? Yes, it's the yellow package, okay? So it's the cheapest one that you can get. So I'm going to have 100 grams of that. Now, these skinny syrups, do not buy them separate because they're going to cost you more money, okay? Always look for the deals, okay? So we've got a cookie shop where I live just down the road, okay? So I can get 3 of these for £10, okay? So I can mix and match whichever flavours I want. So I've gone and got, this one's a sweet chili, okay? And then we're going to get some rice cakes as well, because I'm going to make some pizzas. And then obviously you got your low fat cheese. Now this is always on offer, okay? So I can pick up 2 bags of this for £3. Now this cheese here, 2 bags of these will literally last me a week, maybe a little bit longer as well. But we're going to use 2 servings of that as well. And there you go, and after 10 minutes in the oven, there you go, I've just made some little mini pizzas. Really simple to make. Okay, so I'm going to go and get these down me. So as you can see, I've made a breakfast, I've made a lunch, I've made a dinner, okay? I've even had a snack, and I've had it all dirt cheap as well. Obviously, I'm looking for deals at the same time. I'm still going to be having a dessert as well, because I still have some calories left to play with as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this down me, and I'm going to take the dog just for a little bit of a walk. I'm not going to go too far. Like I said, I'm going to just set myself a nice 20-minute timer and just take the dog for a walk for about 20 minutes. It usually goes around my block. It's usually like a mile's walk anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a walk around there and then just keep walking a little bit until the timer goes off, and then come home, and then we'll show you what's for dessert. Okay, so walk's all done. I just went for a nice easy 20-minute walk. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to head in, and I'm going to show you how to put this dessert together. It's really easy to do as well. Okay, so all you're going to need for this, right, is your Greek yogurt. Okay, I'm going to use 300 grams of this. Now this one is cheaper to buy the 1 kilo of it as well. Okay, it works out a lot cheaper, and this will last me probably about 4 days. That will last me. Okay, and then obviously we get the skinny syrups. I get the 3 for a tenner. I've got some sticky toffee pudding here as well. So that's all we're going to use. Is we're going to use 2 ingredients, okay? Because I've already hit my protein target for the day anyway. And then what I like to do is get myself a Coke Zero. This one's got no caffeine in it at all, so that way it just fills up my stomach that little bit more as well. Okay, so as you can see, I put the 300 grams of Greek yogurt in there, okay? So all we're going to do now is this one here, sticky toffee pudding, okay? So all we're going to do is we're just going to squirt it in as well. This is literally 0 calories, okay? So I took about that much in there, and then all I do is I just give it a little bit of a mix around, and then I'll just eat it just like that. That way it satisfies my little sweet tooth that I have, because I always get out sweet tooth every now and again. But this will just help out my sweet tooth, and then obviously I will wash it down with the Coke as well. Okay, so there you have it, and I managed to eat everything in a budget. I managed to make sure I've kept the costs down on absolutely everything, so you still can eat absolute clean, really good calories in a calorie deficit and still do it on the cheap as well. You can even do a lean bulk on the cheap as well. You've just got to go around looking for the prices, okay? Because most of the time you're just literally paying for the name anyway. So just look for the cheapest option that you can find. Yes, I buy a lot of the yellow packages down in Asda, but do you know what? It's not making any difference, okay? I'm still tracking it all onto my Fitness Pal as well. And as you can see, I've hit my 2,000 calories, okay? So I'm going to stick that for you just up there so you can see it, okay? But I've hit my 2,000 calories for the day. So what I did was I make sure I hit my protein, which I've set for 1 pound per gram of my body weight. Okay, so I've hit my protein, and then I just let the fats and the carbs, I just let them just fall into place, and then we just go from there, okay? So that was me smashing down 2,000 calories, nice and easy. And like I said, I'm going out for walks every time I've had something to eat as well, which then just gets the step count up at the same time, okay? Yesterday I hit about 30,000 steps. I mean, everyone that knows me, I'm literally hitting steps like there's no tomorrow. I literally walk everywhere. I've got no other means of transport, okay? So, and I don't really like using the buses, don't like using the trains anyway, so I just use my feet. Sometimes I put my headphones in and just go for a walk with it. If not, I will just walk around and just think about YouTube videos that I can actually make as well. Literally some really good quality ones as well, and just showing you bits of my life at the same time. Okay, so if you like what you see in this footage, just remember to leave me a like, subscribe, hit the bell button down there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.